Hey there, my name is Krista Mashore, and I'm a real estate agent just like you. And I'm going to show you my CMA current market analysis strategy that I utilize to generate seller leads, which of course also turn into buyer leads. So this is an example of a box right here that I drop off. You do not have to drop off this box. In fact, you can just drop off a bag. You can do all of what I'm going to show you, or you can do parts of it. If you are a brand new agent or an experienced agent, this will work for you. If you're a brand new agent and you've never sold a house before, I'm going to tell you what you can do. Also, if you're an agent who has closed on a home with the buyer or closed on a home with the seller, or you've listed a home with the seller, you can utilize this strategy as well. And what it is this. You are going to choose a neighborhood, or you're going to choose a home that you have recently sold, or a home that's in contract. And think about any neighborhood that you have. Typically there's 3 to 4 types of homes, right? There's model A, model B, model C, and model D, right? This might be model A might be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This might be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. This might be a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, and this might be a single-story home, something like that. So if you did a current market analysis on each one of these homes using a tax roll, you would only need to do 4 market analyses, and you could do 4 videos for each of these types of homes. Hopefully that makes sense so far. Now what you can do is when you list a home, you can then create this and you can let people know, hey, I wanted to let you know that we actually listed a home in your neighborhood. We find that oftentimes people are really, really curious about the value of a home. So what we did was we went ahead and created a market report based on your type of home. So this is how we do this, all right? We then create a video on each of the style of homes using Zoom or Loom. Then we create a landing page where we drive traffic to. Okay, so for example, this is one of the boxes that we use, that we drop off prior to a listing appointment. A QR code here is typically going to be a market report of the neighborhood, or it's going to be a specific individualized review of their exact home. Now, the nice thing about this is when you do it this way, you can actually do a whole neighborhood, and you really only have to create 4 different videos and 4 different reports, right? So then what I do is I actually take this box and I drop off this box to their home, and inside this box is a market CMA, right? A market analysis of their home. And as you can see here, I put their address here. There's different, I have different areas on this CMA that I drop off that gets the client thinking. For example, this right here says marketing, and then we've got disclosures, negotiations, showing, preparing, and timing. Let me just read to you what the marketing little checklist says here. It says Facebook ads, retargeting campaigns, digital repurposing, digital marketing, traditional marketing, design consultation, pick your neighbor, virtual open house, 360 video tour, direct mail, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn ads, mass web exposure, signage, website, print, and more, okay? So my idea is to get people to think about things they normally wouldn't be thinking about, like for example, search engine optimization, digital marketing, and that kind of thing. So I drop this off at their home. Then also what I do is I also include a copy inside the box of my book. I wrote a book called What to Expect When Selling Your Deer Ridge and Shadow Lakes Home. Also, the same book that just says what to expect when selling your home in case they don't live in those areas. And also another book titled What to Expect When Selling Your East County Home. My idea is if they live in East County, they get the East County book. If they live in Deer Ridge or Shadow Lakes, which is one of my farms, they get the Deer Ridge and Shadow Lakes book, right? Inside of this book is not a ghostwritten book. It's a book written by me with my 21 years of experience and a New York Times bestseller. And this whole book, the idea behind it is to get people to know what questions they should be asking their agent, what they should be looking for when hiring an agent. And so it gets them thinking about things that most agents wouldn't even talk about. My goal is to educate the seller before I even get there, to give them as much value as possible, which will position me as the authority, position me as the expert, and help me win the listing before I even walk through the front door. I call it winning before you arrive, okay? So, in other words, they get a CMA, they get a copy of my book. Now some of you might be thinking, well, Krista, I don't even have a book. That's okay. If you just were to drop off a CMA, that's enough. It's more than your average competitor is doing. Now notice, when they are looking at the CMA, remember I'm also having a QR code, which is on the box, that drives them to a landing page, which then has a review of their specific model match home. So it seems more customized. If you really want to put it on steroids, right, you want to pull up the tax roll and you can create individual videos for people where you actually say their name, because the more that content directly speaks to somebody and they realize that you're doing this just for them, the more likely you will convert. Now, if you just do 4 videos, that's going to be a lot better than just doing an overall video. So what we like to do is to do one whole neighborhood video talking about what's happening for the whole neighborhood, and then also another video on that same landing page that specifically relates to the style or model match type home that they have, okay? So what else do we put inside the box? We have a copy of our marketing plan, all right? This marketing plan right here really talks about what makes us different and unique. So for example, one section says tapping the power of social media and the internet. So it said, we're talking all about all the different things that we do on the internet, how we get mass exposure, how we use digital marketing and innovation to really get their property to stand out online, because as you know, buyers are online, that's where they're looking. So we're talking about things that most agents aren't really talking about, like search engine optimization, how we create cookies, how we can follow buyers that were looking at homes similar to theirs from 6 months ago, how we can get literally hundreds of hours of watch time on each video, how we get thousands of engagements, which is a like, comment, and share. So we're talking about things that the average agent doesn't talk about, because again, the goal is to position us as different than our competitors, and also for us to really be unique and show that we have an unmatched value proposition. Another thing that we put in there, because remember, we want them to see us online, we want them to see us in their mailbox, we want them to see us in their inbox. We also add a copy of a flyer similar to this one that hopefully is that we've sold a home in their neighborhood that shows that we're actually selling homes in their neighborhood. This is an example of us versus them, where we showed that we were able to sell this property for $67,000 more as a model match than our competitors were, okay? So again, another education piece. All of these items that I'm talking to you about, the book, the marketing plan, we also send a digital copy to people. So they get a digital copy in their mailbox if we have their address. There are different types of programs you can subscribe to get people's email addresses and phone numbers, like Property Radar, and other types of things like that, which are great to help you really get more information from people. But if you don't have that, you don't have to actually email them. So listen, I only have 8 minutes to go over all of this. So what I'm going to do is somewhere on or around this, there is a link where there is a much more detailed training on this exact process, how we get sellers to raise their hand, and what that step is before we actually go to a listing presentation or after somebody requests a market analysis. So click somewhere on or around this link before, and we'd love to reach out to you and help you. So have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free, and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.